Day 170 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all already know what it is. We're back another day, another LeetCode problem. This time we made it all the way to day 170, y'all. Woohoo! We're only 10 days away from being 6 months in, y'all. Now, 6 months is not a long time. I need y'all to really understand that and wrap your mind around that. We want to be programmers. I don't know about everybody on this channel, but there's a lot of people who are going to come to this channel who want to program for the rest of their life. Like, this is their dream. This is what they want to do in life. They want to be the best programmers in the world. And one thing that it's going to take to achieve that goal is discipline and consistency, y'all. In 6 months, if you made it this far and you've been doing a LeetCode problem every day for 6 months, that's good. That's great, y'all. But just remember, in the grand scheme of things, that's just a drop in the bucket, y'all. If you want to do this forever, that means you have to do this for years. If you want to be the best programmer, then that means you have to do this for years, y'all. When I say years, I'm talking about at least 10, 15, 20 years if you plan on doing this till you retire. So yeah, 6 months, it's an achievement when it comes to discipline and staying consistent. But on the overall grand scheme of things of becoming a programmer, we're just getting started, y'all, and we have a long way to go, and we have a lot more to learn. But I'm glad and I'm happy that you're here on this channel, choosing this channel to learn, and we're all learning together, y'all, because I'm learning too. I'm a self-taught programmer. Before I started this channel, I didn't know anything about LeetCode. Like, these 170 problems that you've been doing with me, these are all the LeetCode problems I've ever done. It's not like I was just a master at LeetCode before I started this channel. No, I'm just getting started just like everybody else, and I'm here to encourage each other to come along this journey with me and to stay disciplined and consistent so we can all achieve our goals together. Now, with all that being said, y'all, don't forget, bring your mouse right over here and click that subscribe button for me, y'all. And then after you click that subscribe button, go ahead and smash that like button for me, y'all. And then after you smash that like button, I'm calling all of my bankers. I repeat, all of my bankers to the comment section right now. I need y'all to drop 2 bank emojis in the comment section so we can run up this engagement and we can push this Swift content out to a broader audience, y'all. We're all part of the Swift community, and the Swift community will not grow unless we do our part to help it to grow. And one way we could help the Swift community grow is to push this content out to a broader audience, y'all. I mean, yeah, push this content out to just people in general that you know are interested in learning about programming. Introduce them to Swift so they could learn about Swift and all the possibilities that come along with learning Swift, y'all. So let's see what the question says. It says, today we have question number 884, uncommon words from 2 sentences. The difficulty level is easy, so you already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as well, because we're all here trying to learn something, and if you don't understand the solution, then you probably didn't learn anything, and that is just not what we want. So let's get into it. Let's see what the question says. It says a sentence is a string of single-space separated words where each word consists only of lowercase letters. A word is uncommon if it appears exactly once in one of the sentences and does not appear in another sentence. Given 2 sentences, S1 and S2, return a list of all the uncommon words. You may return the answer in any order. Okay, y'all, so it's pretty self-explanatory, but let's go through the examples just since they're here, just in case some people don't understand it, right? So we have input S equals this string of words, a sentence. The sentence says, this apple is sweet. S2 equals a string, which is a sentence that says, this apple is sour. We want to find the uncommon words. The uncommon word is if it appears exactly once in one of the sentences and does not appear in the other sentence, right? So in this case, sweet appears once in S1, but it doesn't appear in S2. So we could append sweet to right here into the output. Sour appears once in S2, but does not appear in S1. So we can append sour in the S2 because they appear exactly once in one of the sentences and do not appear in the other sentence. Now, you see, this apple is, this is only, these 3 words appear once in this sentence. However, they also appear in the second sentence. It says this apple is, and in sentence 1, S1, it says this apple is, and in sentence 2, it says this apple is. So they're not uncommon words. They're in both sentences. Even though they're only mentioned once in each sentence, they're in both sentences, so it doesn't count. We need words that are only mentioned once in one sentence and not in the other. And in this example, it's sweet and sour. So that's why the output is sweet and sour. The explanation says the word sweet appears only in S1, while the word sour only appears in S2, which is why they fit the requirements of an uncommon word, right? So that's example 1. Let's get into example 2, and let's see what they're talking about, where it's a little tricky. They try to throw a trick our way, but we can handle it. Example 2, we have the input S equals a string sentence apple, apple. Excuse me. S2 equals a string banana. The output is banana because apple, apple, apple appears twice in one sentence. It can only appear exactly once in one of the sentences. Apple appears twice in one of the sentences, so it's no good. We can't use that. Banana only appears once in one sentence, and it doesn't appear in the other sentence. That's why the output is banana, because it's only appearing once in S2 and it does not appear at all in S1. So now that we understand the question, let's get into the fun part, y'all, the actual code. And to start off, we're going to declare a variable called R1. I'm going to set that equal to S1 dot split, open up the parentheses, we're going to say separator, colon, put a blank string, and put a space in that blank string. So it's not a blank string, it's a space. The string is a space, you know what I'm saying? Because this right here, what this is going to do is it's going to split our sentence S1. S1 is our sentence. It's going to split our sentence S1 into words separated by a space. So every time it comes across a space, that's how the compiler is going to know that it's a new word, right? So a space right here separates this and apple. Those are two different words. Space right here separates apple and is. Those are two different words. And the space right here separates is and sweet, which are two different words. That's what we want. We want to separate all the words in S1, and that's what this split separator does by putting a space, right? It's going to separate by the spaces. Then we're going to do the same thing for S2, except S2 is going to be a constant. We're going to say let instead of var. So we're going to say let R2, not var. For sentence 2, for S2, we're saying let. It is not a variable. It's a constant. We're going to say let R2 equal S2 dot split, open up the parentheses, separator, excuse me, y'all, colon, same thing, string with a space, or quotation marks with a space in the middle. Then we're going to come underneath that. We're going to concatenate these two sentences, which we've done previous problems on. Maybe you remember those or maybe not, but all we're going to do is we're going to say R1 plus R2, and that's going to concatenate the same sentences, or excuse me, plus equals R2. Then we're going to come down here, we're going to say var d colon, open up the square brackets, we're going to say string. So we're creating a dictionary. We're going to say string colon integer. So the key is a string, the value will be an integer, and we are going to initialize it with a blank dictionary, just like so. We're going to come underneath that. We're going to say forward in R1. So we just separated R1 into words by using this separator with the space and the quotation mark. So now we have words to work with instead of just one long sentence that's the same string. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just a string of one long sentence, now we could separate it into different words. We could separate the string into different words. So we're going to say forward in R1, we're going to say D, open up the square bracket, string, open up the parentheses, put word inside of those parentheses. We're going to say equals, open up the parentheses first this time. We're going to say D, open up the square brackets. We're going to say string, open up the parentheses again. We're going to say word, come outside of those square brackets, but still inside the parentheses, we're going to say question mark, 0. Then we're going to come outside of that and we're going to say +1. Then we're going to come outside of that for loop. We're going to say var, declare variable called ands, colon, open up the square bracket, string. Then we're going to initialize that with a blank array like that, right? Then we're going to say for key. We're going to create another for loop. So for parentheses, put the key, comma, value, because we're working with dictionaries. Remember, this is the key and this is the value. So we're going to say for key, comma, value in D, because remember, that's the name of the dictionary. D is for dictionary. Then we're going to come over here. We're going to open up the regular brackets, and we're going to say if, open up the parentheses, value. So this side of the dictionary, if value is equal to 1, what we are going to do is we're going to say come outside of that. We're going to open up the brackets. We're going to say ands.append key, which in this case is the string or the words that we're looking for, the uncommon words. Then we're going to come down here and say return ands. So let's run it. Make sure it runs. See how it runs. Should run properly. Let's see. Fingers crossed. Ooh, look at that. It's accepted first try. So let's submit it. Make sure it stays accepted. See what that time. Ooh, look at that, y'all. Y'all know I like those numbers right there. 0 milliseconds beats 100% of users with Swift, y'all. Not too bad at all. You already know we're on the highway, riding past all the brokies in our brand new Bugatti that we just bought off our programming check, y'all. That's what I like to see. Y'all. So get one more look at the code, and I hope to see y'all tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.